Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be a anti-haul video. This is a long awaited and I'm going to be talking about spring releases. Something a little bit different. I usually do it by category, meaning eyeshadow palettes, highlighters, things of that nature, but today we are being flooded so much with different spring releases that I thought it would be really important to kind of think about what you're buying before you buy it, not buy into the hype. These have been extremely popular on my channel and I've gotten a lot of requests to do more. I haven't done one in ages and I guess it's time to just knock it out. I have a couple of things that I have some strong thoughts on, and of course I welcome discussions in the comments, just not being mean to people or being mean to each other. So if you want to see what I'm going to be anti-hauling, you better grab a snack and grab a drink and let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to be anti-hauling today is this bad boy right here. This guy is called the Natural Love Eyeshadow Palette. This one is from Too Faced. It's coming out for springtime. It's really beautiful and it looks really pretty, but there's a reason why I'm not going to be buying it. It does retail for $59, which is insane. You do get 30 eyeshadows with this palette. I do have all of the breakdown on what you're getting. You're getting 7 matte shades, 13 shimmer shades, and 10 sparkle shades. So essentially you're getting 23 shimmer shades. I don't think that it is necessary to have 23 glittery, sparkly shimmer shades in one palette. It's absolutely redundant. I think it's a little too much, and only having 7 matte shades, it should have a better balance in my opinion. I'd actually prefer it to be reversed and have more matte shades and maybe 7 or 10 shimmers in one palette, because I feel like mattes are more versatile. You can do more with matte shades. That's just my personal opinion. And if you want to add shimmer to it, you can always add a loose pigment, or you can add a glitter or a shimmery shade later, and you wouldn't need 23 of them in one palette. Because there is 30 shadows in this particular palette, I just think that the ratio is not as good as it could be. Also, it does look like an extension of the Natural Eyes palette, the little 9-pan that Too Faced puts out. This is kind of an extension of that. And quite honestly, a lot of these I already have in my collection. My eyeshadow palette collection is absolutely ridiculous as it is. And adding something like this, now that I have the Ride or Die palette from Violet Voss, there's no need for me to have this in my collection, me personally. And that's unfortunately why I will not be purchasing this particular palette. Sorry, Too Faced. So the next palette I'm not going to be buying from Too Faced is going to be the Peanut Butter and Honey palette. This palette is really pretty, yes, and I like the fact that it is a 9-pan. It's much smaller, but it does retail for $36. It is infused with cocoa, like all the other Too Faced, chocolate bar palettes, chocolate chip palettes. They're just trying to entice you with the smell and the marketing on these. Unfortunately, I do have all of these shades in my collection and I don't see myself adding any more of the neutral shades because, again, I do have so many in my collection. It's absolutely not worth it to me to spend the $36 on this when I can be spending it on something that might be a little bit more unique or something that I do not have in my collection already. So I will definitely be passing on this as I passed on the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. So the next thing on my unwish list is what I like to call it. My list of things I will not be buying is the Lancome Blush La Rose. This is not anything to do with the fact that this is not absolutely gorgeous and stunning and kind of a statement piece for your makeup collection or your vanity. It's not anything about that. The fact that it's not practical and the fact that it does retail for $60. Oh my gosh. I definitely will not be buying this, not only because it is not practical, I don't think that you're getting much product with it. I looked online on the Lancome website and I can't find the ounces in this product. If you guys do know what it is, please let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it, but I could not find it online. Unfortunately, for $60, I want something that is going to be a everyday item, something that I can really use. This is definitely more of a statement piece. This is a luxury that you want to buy for your tabletop or whatever it is. I don't see myself using this ever. And there's a lot of DIYs on YouTube right now of how to make one of these by yourself. Getting a fake rose or getting fake flowers from the Dollar Tree and breaking up one of your highlighters from Wet n Wild and kind of dusting it on there and then putting it into a container. I mean, there are so many DIYs for this. That's great because you can do it for a lot cheaper than what they're trying to market this for. I don't like the hype behind it. I don't like the price point on it, and I just don't see myself buying it. So the next thing I'm going to talk about today is the Androgyny palette from Jeffree Star. If you guys have been with me for a while, you kind of know my feelings on this particular company and the person behind it, and I'm going to put all of those feelings aside when I'm talking about this palette. I do like the fact that it is a little different and a little bit more cohesive than the Beauty Killer palette. It is not as unique as a Beauty Killer palette, but it definitely is a little bit different, and I'm going to talk about the actual product, not about my feelings about the person or the company. So with that being said, not only is it something that I probably do not need for the money because it does retail for $45, the pans themselves are enormous. You're never going to hit pan on these. You're never going to use all of these products, and he's trying to use that as a selling point. Actually, for me, I'd rather them be smaller pans. The standard size pans be a square, round, triangle, trapezoid, whatever design you want to do. I want them to be the standard size, but the price point be less, because you are actually paying for so much more product with a $45 price point. Unfortunately for me, I do have a lot of these colors in my collection, and it does remind me of the Kylie, I think it's the peach palette that she just put out that has all the chemical smell to it. They do look very similar in my eyes, but I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that. But with that being said, I'm just not interested in purchasing this palette because I do have these colors. I can see that I probably already have these colors in single shadows from all sorts of different companies, and it's just not worth it to me to put out the $45 to buy this when I already have everything in my collection. It looks really nice, but I'm just not gonna buy it. So lastly, we have a couple of new releases from Kylie Cosmetics. If you have not already seen the video of me stating why I will not be purchasing from her company, I will go ahead and put in the card up here. If you have, that's great, but I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail of why I'm not buying these particular products and my thoughts on those. And again, I'm putting all of my emotional stuff aside and my idea of what's going on with the company aside. I just want to talk about the products. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is the new Velvet Matte Liquid Lipsticks she's putting out. I am not going to be buying these for the pure reason that there's going to be too much hype. You're going to have to put up too much of a fight to try to get these online. She has swatched these on Snapchat, and those have been deceiving in the past, especially with other products like her shadows and things like that. So I don't trust the swatches in which she shows on Snapchat. We do not know the price point on these yet. They do release, I think, on Thursday or Friday. I'm not quite sure. Today is Tuesday, what's today? The 14th. But I'm not quite sure. I think it's in the next couple of days. From my knowledge and how much they retailed for previously, it was $29. So you are getting a lip kit, which is the lip liner and the liquid lipstick. She did say this is going to be a different formula. They will not dry down. Again, I don't like that kind of formula. I really like a liquid lipstick to dry, but not be so dry that it cracks on my lips. These are transferable from what I understand. I watched Trend Mood do some swatches of these, and she said that they transferred. She showed the paper towel in which she blotted on. It just doesn't look like something I'm going to like. I'll probably get it all over my teeth, all over my hands. I'm just not that big a fan of those kinds of liquid lipsticks. Again, like the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lips, I am not really interested in that formula either. So unfortunately, that's just kind of the way that I feel, but I do not like the formula of transferable liquid lipsticks. So the other product that she just released that I will not be buying are the highlighters. I've been doing a lot of research, I've been watching a lot of videos, and I've been doing my homework when it comes to these particular highlighters. A lot of them don't have pigmentation. Only certain ones have more pigmentation than others. You do need to use Fix Plus if you want to get them to really glow for you. Some of them have arrived empty. Some of them have been smashed. The names have been taped over and reused, and it's just, it's a mess, and the highlighters themselves don't look interesting to me. These do retail for $22, and a lot of people have just been getting the packaging and not the actual highlighter in the package. I don't find these appealing at all. I don't find that the swatches that Jeffree Star did on his hand match the swatches that Kylie Jenner did on her Snapchat. Again, I feel like it is false advertising. I am looking for something that has brighter pigmentation, something that's going to give me some shine, something that's going to perform. And with some of her products, you just don't know. It is kind of a toss-up of what you're gonna get. And quite honestly, I don't want to take a chance on getting a product that I don't like or will not use or will regret in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. And I understand that some of these products are a bit controversial. And if you don't feel the same way I do, that's okay. But we can start a dialogue in the comments below. I love you so much. Thank you again for watching. If you have not already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys in the next anti-haul. Bye.